Hey everybody, it's Will here again. Hope everybody is doing well. And today, by special request, I'm going to do part one of a multi-part lesson on how to play Magic Sam's Boogie. Let's dig into it. Cool. So that was my interpretation, I guess, of Magic Sam's Boogie, particularly focusing on a really cool live version from the late 60s where he's just burning it up with a trio, and he's playing Earl Hooker's Univox Les Paul with Earl Hooker right across the front of it in big letters and flower power stickers everywhere. And he's playing through some big loud amp, turned to 11, and it's a blitzer. So for the purpose of this lesson, I want to really just focus on, for part one, the first pattern, which is that. And we're going to slow it down and discuss what the hands are doing and try to make some sense of it. So the pattern basically falls between two chords. You've got your A chord here, and then you've got your 4 chord, your D, which is there, and the pattern falls there. Basically, between the 2nd and the 5th frets on the guitar is where you're going to be playing. And so we'll start with the left hand. I'm just going to play the pattern really slow, and then I'll break it down note by note. That's the pattern really slowly, and let's just break down the note by note. So we're starting on the open A string, pluck that, and then we go to the 2nd fret of the G string here, which is your A an octave up. You follow that up with the 4th fret on the D string, which is an F sharp, and then pull off to the 2nd fret of the D string, which is an E note. So it gives you. From there, you will use your middle finger to hammer onto the 3rd fret of the A string, C note, and back down to the 2nd fret of the D, the E note there. Hammer on to the 4th fret of the D, so it gives you that F sharp. So again. And then the next note is the 2nd fret of the G string, which is an A. Open A string again as an octave, and kind of let that ring. From there, you hammer onto the 3rd fret of the B string, which is a D note, and then from there, hammer onto the 5th fret of the G string, which is a C. So in total, you've got. And then the last 3 notes of the pattern are the 2nd fret of the G string, the A, the 4th fret of the D string, the F sharp, and then finally again, that second fret of the G string, that A. So that's the pattern in its entirety. Let's just play it again really, really slow. One thing I want to stress about this song, and playing kind of Magic Sam stuff in particular, it's not technically that difficult, but where it really can be tricky is the feel of it. He's feeling a really heavy kind of the 16ths. You hear that in a lot of the blues music that's in that fashion, where they're really tick, 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 tick. That rhythm, whether they're tapping it out with their feet or a drummer's kind of playing it, or whether you can just kind of tell that they're feeling it, it gives it a sort of propulsion and keeps it going, because the riff itself, particularly that one, it's basically a pattern, and it kind of drones on. There is a chord change in there, but it really, if you wanted to, from a theoretical standpoint, you could pretty much say that it's just one chord. And as far as the right hand, I'm playing it with my fingers, and I'm always sort of raking my hands across the string to get that rhythm. And then I'm using my thumb and these two fingers. My thumb is kind of the dominant thing I'm using, particularly for when I need to go back and forth and do the alternating bass thing, or if I'm just kind of raking it across the strings to give it a little more width as far as just the sound, rather than playing every note as a distinct single note. It gives it more of a chordal quality. So you get kind of, once it's up to speed, really. And I'm kind of also hitting that, again, that backbeat, feeling that. It's another one of those tricks that can really help you keep you on beat on the feel, because having that backbeat there really just sort of cements the pattern. So that's that for the first part. For the next segment of this, we'll come back and get into his these sections here, because it's a little more involved, and I don't really want this to end up being like a 30-minute video. So we'll come back at another point and delve into the rest of the song. But basically, he does this initial pattern and then goes off into the second part of the song. There's a few other little alterations within that. And then when the band comes back in, he's back in with a... So that pattern essentially, when the drums are playing in that 69 recording, that's the pattern he's playing. Hope you enjoyed this. Go check out some more Magic Sam, and we'll see you at some point soon to get to the rest of this fantastic song. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content for 365 Days of Guitar, please consider subscribing to the channel, sharing with your friends. Even a like or a comment on the video is awesome and helps grow the channel, and I really appreciate everybody doing what they can to help support. Thank you.